So Nixyáawipam or Nixyáawipam, Tiičám Q, Wiwéeletitpe and Tiičám and Jonathan Geary and whichever part of the day you feel is how you feel it is. If you're by the clock and it says still AM, this time of day, midday, Míšnam, Wiwéeletitpe.
Nixyáawipam.
Tiičám Q, Míšnam.
He went to the bathroom.
Oh. Put the computer right next to the door. Míšnam.
He's asking you Míšnam.
Yeah. Míšnam.
I don't know that one. I know what you asked me, but I don't know the reply.
Well, if you know that question, you can answer English right now.
I'm hungry.
That one's ušáaš.
Ušáaš.
Yeah, ušáaš. I'm hungry. Míšnam, Jonathan.
Nixyáawipam. Nixyáaawipam and
Down the legs. Míšnam.
Isɨnwiya. In what in imíša.
His stomach's thundering around, making noise.
tkʷatáta Snickers.
What were those old those Snickers commercials? You kind of crabby when you don't eat. Snickers commercials. So where I left off with, I'm not sure if John can pull that up. Where we use all these words in chu, dakshi, shmata, shmu, tatbasi, tkʷata, kutkut, waihti, knaiti, tima, tuti, Isɨnwi, wana, shapa waihti. Ušáaš, you have right there, I'm hungry. And in my past classes, when I first started in my second or third year, my classes were always on this time. And I always hear that in class by students. I'm hungry, hearing it in English. So I had this word up on our board for pretty much all those 2 years I was in there. I said, I don't want to hear I'm hungry. I want to hear it like this. I just point at the word in the board and I hear it, and then start hearing it. Ušáaš. I'll get. I get it. Enough now. But it was good to hear though, to have them still practice and to use it rather than just to always say I'm hungry. That ušáaš replaced that that English, where it would where hopefully that's where we're getting to. That these Zoom classes, right? I've been going a little over a year now, but it takes work, takes time. I know some of us have busy schedules and can't always make it. It's these little things like this. Ušáaš, that the šáaš is John, you break inash, the šáaš on that when we're talking about that sha. Like it's a It's a compounding of inash, anawisha. Yeah, and how that the nush actually breaks down to the AS, the A, hatcheck S, and just the hatcheck S itself. That's just how that works. I know we don't really say hungering. No, I'm hungering. Really, no, it's more that it's happening now. I'm hungry. I know we refer to people that do that. They're hungering for something, almost on the part of craving. But it's anawi is different from craving, because craving will be like really the want. But just wanted to break that down with anawi shash, how that is, where the breakdown comes from. As we kind of need to remind ourselves every now and then where all this starts off from. And go inash anawisha, and just break it down to, or compound it down to anawishash. And that works with all these. I doubt we're gonna answer, this question saying, míša in ušáaš. You're not gonna answer. I'm sleeping. But with the other ones, yeah. Yeah, it's we have like Kutkutšáaš, Wiwéeletitpe, and all these words that we use. We use that in there, letting people know what we're doing. Kutkutšáaš, I'm working. Wiwéeletitpe, I'm driving. And that's just the addition of shash. That's happening right now, what you're doing. And I think, what was it, John questioned, or not questioned, but mentioned that we need to, what was it, the past? Go into the past with the E. No, yeah. And probably put in front of that ya in parentheses the I. Yeah. That shows that that ya only comes in with when the word ends with that sound, the E. Anawi. Yeah. But the other ones will follow the na, be the na, the past tense na. And this is the ed, like ed in English, not just direct past of the word. Like let's see what, yeah, in chu. No, just gonna cut. Oh, there we go. There we go. Thank you there, John. I need that. We can go back on the list here. In chu. So how would we say slept? Tiičám Q. How do you think that would work?
In tuna.
Yeah, in tuna. That's just slept. We don't even know who yet. just in chuna, it's just slept. Wiwéeletitpe, we got dakshi.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
Nixyáa.
Yeah. Nixyáa. That's woke up. This one's tkʷata, wash to wash your face. How would you say washed? Wash the face. How do you think that goes?
Umatilla or na?
No.
No, shmata na.
Yeah. Tkʷatáta. Yeah, so this is all past tense. And again, if the word ends with the E, like dakshi, that's where they use the ya, dakshiya. But all the other ones that would end in chu, in chuna, shmata, shmatana. John, showered.
Muna.
Yeah, shmuna. Showered. Tiičám Q, got dressed.
Tatpasia.
Yeah, tkʷatáta. Ate.
That's the tkʷata.
Ḳwata, or ate. This was to eat. ḳwata is to eat. Past tense, ate.
A. So that's the na.
Yeah,
Na.
yeah, ḳwatana. Good. Wiwéeletitpe, worked.
Kutkutna.
Yeah, Kutkut now. Give you a chance on this one. Ran. We got waikti for run, but how would you say ran?
Waikiki. Na.
Yeah, scroll up there, John. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how would that sound?
Waikiki. Yeah.
Yeah. Waiktia.
Yeah.
Ran. No, nobody yet. We didn't say anybody yet. We're just going over the word, but who will come after? Wiwéeletitpe. Konaiti is walk. You say walked.
Wanaitia.
Yeah. Konaitia.
Wanaitia.
So let's see. I'll finish off these last ones. Timma. Timana. There's not the word for heart. It's not tumna, but timana. Timana. I know a lot of our songs sound like that, but I just think that they add the extra sound in there just for let the song flow. Tutti would be tutia. Stood. Isɨnwi becomes Isɨnwiya. Talked or spoke. Winna. Winnana. Went. And shapawaikti would be shapawaiktia. Drove. Then all these would take the just add to the prefix, the e or pa, referring to one person. E in chuna. He slept. E dakshia. Woke up. Ishmatana. Ishmuna. Itatpasia. Tkʷatana. Kutkutna. Wiwéeletitpe. Tkʷatáta. Itimana. Actually, the timma could also not just only mean write, can also mean draw. I forgot to add that in there too. Those artists can also mean draw. No, it depends on how you use it. Tutti, Umatilla. Isɨnwiya. Iwinana. And Ishapa. Now these are all direct. These are all past tense. These are all past. These are not. We are not getting into the like this the combination that's the stacking of tenses yet, because a lot of us we tend to think that way, and when we talk about past tense, things that carry the ing, like we don't even think of it. We actually do that a lot. That when we think of past, we say how what am I saying when I say he and chuna, and we automatically think that, oh, was sleeping. He was sleeping. So no, it's actually no. It's actually wrong. It is a past tense, but that's not the direct translation for it. He slept. He slept would be the right, correct spelling, correct translation spelling. Translation. That's a whole nother ending. The suffix for that, for was sleeping. No, but these are just direct. In chuna, slept. Nixyáawipam, he woke up. It could also mean like Nixyáawipam, he woke up. And like just so I know some of us we're guilty of it. We sit there and we kind of doze off. We kind of snap to. I know I have a couple times. So I don't even realize it, just kind of nodded off and here's something in the room. Oh, Nixyáawipam. No, now I woke up. No, that works. Ishmatana. Oh, he washed up. Yeah, just washed up. You see you can see the dirt line, dirt mark. You see a little bit of snot trails right there going down the side of his mouth. Ishmatana. Well, at least he tried to wash up. At least he washed up. It all depends on how you use it. Ishmuna. You can tell he showered. His hair is still damp or still got little wet spots. Showered. Itatpasia. He got dressed. He got that far. Tkʷatana. No, he ate. Don't know how much he ate, but he ate. He Kutkutna, worked. Don't know what he finished, but he worked. Don't know what he got done, but he was working on something. Wiwéeletitpe. He ran. But see, so all these are going through all these are even partial. There's still like where he worked at or what he worked on, where they walked to, ran to, and some of these will actually Isɨnwi is a good example to use. That this one needs more to it. All this thing is he talked, he spoke, Isɨnwiya. But if we're gonna add to this to make it he talked to somebody, this word needs an additional, needs another piece to it. So if we're gonna say he spoke to, now the ya would actually drop off. Well, maybe, but the sound will change off. It takes the ała, Isɨnwiyáwana. He spoke to, we don't know yet, but he spoke to whoever. It's the ała. Makes the ała makes the word move. That y is in there. That sound is there. Isɨnwiyawa. I think it's just the flow of the e at the end of sinwi and the in there. Isɨnwiyawa. So it's that y is in there. It's not a past, but it's just the sound that flows between the I and the a. So now the tense ends with a na. Now Isɨnwiyawana. To makes that word move. A lot of these words will do that. Because if you were to say, without an Isɨnwiya teacher, or sapsik, there we go, that would be more appropriate. Isɨnwiya sapsik, and it doesn't make any sense. He spoke teacher. He spoke.
Did you interpret that one as the teacher spoke?
No, yeah, even a teacher spoke. That would actually, it would be grammatically be even a comma after Isɨnwiya. Isɨnwiya sapsik. Now if we're gonna say that he spoke to the teacher, now it's Isɨnwiyawana sapsik. Now the word has actually become mobile. It moved. The action moved towards the teacher. He spoke to the teacher. That some of these words will do that. We'll need that ała in there, and I don't want to get into such details just yet. But this one's a common one that we hear and use a lot. That he's talking to so and so. That's where Isɨnwiya miyúux. He's talking to the boss. Does this make sense? Or if we're sticking with the past tense, Isɨnwiyawana miyúux. He spoke to the boss. No, it's all. Any questions? Any other questions regarding this?
I'm just taking it in, really.
Okay. Yeah, but if there are any other questions, let me know. Even questions not even regarding this. If there's any other outside questions that we can try to answer, feel free to ask. There's no doing this. It's just to help with the understanding. But then if there's also other wording or phrasing you'd like to want to know that we haven't maybe covered, feel free to ask. I'll try my best to give you those words that you can use at home or at work. Either way. But then all these with the E. This is, remember, it's always just one. It's the E is one person in these prefixes. E. It only refers to one person. And so going back to the top of the list there. Okay, now we've gone through. Now let's say Wiwéeletitpe. How would you say they slept?
Let's see.
What do you
In
say,
June, with pa.
Yeah.
In Junapa,
At the beginning.
or no, pa and Juna.
Pa and Chuna. Because you put in the back in Chunapa, that would be that they slept on, or they slept on something. Now here's the difference. It's going to come up a lot with this phrasing a lot. That pa, when it's in front, that means they. It's they, more than one. If it's in the back, behind the word, mainly a lot of times a place. That means in, at, or on. So pa and chuna. So let's make a complete sentence out of this. Pa and chuna katnampa. They slept at the longhouse. Yeah. Wouldn't there be a glottal in there after the E and the pa?
It sounds like you've got a slightly different stem from what I've been writing. If it is
Yeah.
in true,
Yeah.
then yeah, there would be. So
pa
let me
and
go ahead
chuna.
and get both of those. This will just take me a second.
E and chuna.
But yeah, that glottal stop is showing up if there's a vowel there at the beginning, and it does sound like you've got something there.
Yeah, so let's put that in there.
I can get this to. Yeah.
If that helps, there we go. Yeah. So they got the two pas in there, they and at. The pas in, at, or on, and how you use it. So pa and chuna katnampa, they slept at the longhouse. And no, a lot of times even with I hear a question that, well, where's the coming? A lot of these different questions. Where's the come in? Well, it's Cottenham. It's right there, Cottenham, the longhouse. No, we always, a lot of the things, objects and people, things. Kusi, the dog. You want to be that. Well, we'll get into that later, but this is just It's already implied in there. You don't need to go into that much specifics on adding in these little small thes and is, and it's already implied. So how would you say they woke up? They're Tiičām Q.
Pataxia?
Yeah. They washed up. They washed their face.
They,
Yeah, they washed their face.
Shmatana, Ana,
They,
Pa, Shmata.
yeah. Shmatana. Hey, Cece. Nixyáawipam, or Nixyáawipam, or whichever time of day you're in. Míšnam.
Nich Maiski, Nixyáawa.
Good. So we're getting into the past tense of these words. Dakshia, dakshi, shmata, shmu. In the past tense, we went over the singular. Now we're into the they, more than one. And pa, the prefix pa is referring to two or more. They, this is they. Pa. So ishmuna is he showered, it showered, she showered. How would I say they showered? Cece?
Shmuna.
Ew. Shmuna. Wiwéeletitpe, they dressed. Or they
Okay.
got dressed.
Patatpasi. Sia.
Yeah.
Patatpasia.
Yeah. Patatpasia. They got dressed or they dressed. John, they ate.
tkʷatáta.
Yeah. tkʷatáta. They worked.
Kutkutšáaš.
Yeah. Cece, they ran.
Waixtia.
Yeah. ʷała. Tiičām Q, they walked.
Okay, sorry.
Tkʷatáta. Got tongue tied there. Tkʷatáta.
There you go. Someone's hungry. Someone give me a Snickers.
Yeah.
But tkʷatáta.
One idea.
But tkʷatáta. Food in there. It happens. It happens. Yeah, we get all tongue tied every now and then. It
I
happens.
didn't even realize I did that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
That's what I'm saying. Someone's hungry. Throwing in the food in there. But tkʷatáta. Well, yep, we're all hungry here. Getting close to that time. Wiwéeletitpe, they wrote or they drew.
Patimana. Patimana. Patimana.
Patimana. They stood.
Patutiya.
Yeah, Patutia. Cece, they spoke.
Isɨnwiya.
Yeah. John, they went.
Oh, wanana.
Yeah. Winana. Oh, Annie. Yeah, it kind of went off the screen. I thought you left. I didn't do my adjustment there. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, I was like, where'd she go? She was here. Sorry. Yeah, it kind of went off screen. I was like, oh, little icon came up there. Okay, there's someone missing there. Annie, they drove.
Siya pa wife dia.
Yeah. And that's I think that's the whole list of the one person doing it and more than one person doing it. Now this all these when he's saying the third person, this is me talking to you about what someone else is doing. This is like the gossip portion of speaking, the E, no, or like I don't know how to say that. There's the word wa in there. There is a word wa, and that's to be. That's where we got the nich nashwa. No, I am. That's where the I am. And it's I be good. No, it's an action. It's an irregular one too. It does not follow the standard forms of like this here. The present tense, past tense. It has its own. Wa in itself it is present. Wa, iwa. Iwa. So I was just thinking about here that Mish, like if you're asking about more than more than one person, it's because we asked the question Mish imíša. We got less than a minute, so I'm not sure it might get cut off. So come back for a little while longer. So I'm gonna keep on talking while we can. But Mish imíša, we just asked about one person. We just asked about one person. What is he doing? Now we can ask. Now we go over further. We went over the future. We went over the present. Now we went over the past. Now I forgot to put this in there. I'm not sure if I did or not. I'm not gonna. But Míšpam. What are they doing? Míšpam. What are they doing? So what I was getting at, Míšpam, these terms here like that are very common, very common with us growing up. Míšpam. Yeah, Míšpam. What are they doing? That was a question asked to me, trying to get me to tell on my cousins. Like they looked suspicious. Míšpam. I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't there when they thought up the idea. I was just hanging out. Didn't know they were doing this. Míšpam. I don't know. They didn't tell me. But yeah, so this is the other question that you can ask. Start Míša when you're asking about one person. Even that question is incomplete. Also, if you really want to be specific on what so and so is doing, Míša Annie. What is Annie doing? No, that's really specific. Now you want to use the pamíša. Míšpam. Wiwéeletitpe and Tiičám Q. That's be like me asking Fred about that. Míšpam. Tiičám and Wiwéeletitpe. Míšpam. What are they doing? What are they up to?
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Is would Míšpam, would that be how you ask? Like if you're directly asking a group of people or a couple people, what are you all doing? Or is it different?
It could be, yes, I was asking this just the other day too, asking about this one, Míšpam, míša. But if you're asking, I would say use this form if you're asking about, you all. Because the pam after Míšpam would actually also mean what are they doing also. So if you want to ask, what are you all doing? You could use, I would say this to help out. Míša.
Oh, okay.
Míša. I know some of these things it's like a bunch of people telling people to be quiet. I was like, shh. Míša. Míša. That's you all. Matash. It's you all. Youins. Use guys. Míša. But yeah, it's but Míšpam also it just the writing has to look like how John typed it out, Míšpam. But a lot of times, but yeah, the M sound really drags out when you're saying that. Míšpam. No, that's that pum is really really flexible and depends on how you use it. Pum. Because even like I mentioned before, we're talking about names sometime back. That the names refers to when it's in a name, it's referring to that you're a person of that area of that. Like you'd say Nixyáawipam. No, you're a person of Nixyáawi. Míšpam. I'm Míšpam. I'm a person of Rock Creek. That's where that pum really, can be. Like Míšpamwa, it can be that could be looked at as how are you guys doing, or even asking how are they doing, how are them doing. It just depends on context and how you use it. But Míšpam it could be that too. What are you all doing? Míšpam. But you don't want to get all caught up in explaining that whole pum and mish being close together. That's where you can use míša. That's be the more direct. What are you all, or what are y'all's doing?
But so that does work too if you're talking about something that belongs to you all.
Míša. What are y'all doing? Seems kind of scheming too. Because I think even that sometimes that even the M drops off. I'm not sure. I think I could be wrong, but don't type it down. I don't want to just give out information just yet. I gotta make sure on that, because I know it does on Natash. The N and the A drop off, but I'm not sure if it does that with this one too, because it could get confusing. It can get can get confuse people if you're not sure. So I don't want to, because matash is actually something that it's hardly ever used, really. If you actually listen to some of the recordings, matash does not really get used a lot so much. What are y'all doing? Matash míša. I'd always just heard Míšpam míša. Yeah, good question there. Tiičám. It does happen. But Míšpam míša is breaking out like that. You know, what are they doing? Míšpam míša. You can hear a difference of Míšpam míša and Míšpam míša. A little gap there in the word Míšpam míša. What are they doing? What are they up to? If that makes sense. It was all these small things like this. You know, you can say it one way, but you write it, it does make sense. That way you can see it. Now, Míšpam míša. What are they doing? Míšpam míša. What are you all doing? So that goes on the lines of all that again. So let's go back up to the list there, John.
I have a question before you go back up.
Yeah.
How do you say, I don't know what they're doing?
I don't know. Okay, now you can there's two ways. You can just say chaunash shukwasha. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. So that's what I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Chauna shukwasha. What they're doing. Chauna shukwasha. Okay. I think yeah. I think the anatun would be actually one word. Yeah, chaush ashukwasha anatun pamíša. Yeah, so that actually this was good for putting that out there. I wasn't sure. I was thinking that pa also. Chow. I say hers were the example of nash breaks down with chaush. Right here, right? What you had before. That's that chaush. That's the I part. That one sound it represents I. Chaush ashukwasha. Anatun pamíša. So there's even also they even some speakers will say chao shukwan. That's also I don't know. It's just I don't know. Chao shukwan. I don't know. I think that's a literal the shukwan would be the literal I don't know. It's if you're dealing with tenses like chao shukwasha, I'm not knowing actually. So, but the shukwasha is all just the same thing. I don't know. Chao shukwasha.
And then that A before the shukwasha, is that also the I, me? No.
No, the in front of ashukwasha. So the in there ashukwasha is referring to it's
Because now, rather than saying just generally you don't know, you're saying you don't know X thing.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's the whole those gets complicated to explain, but I've heard it that way a lot. I don't really know what he or they. The would actually goes on the referring to the pa. I really don't know what they're doing. Pamíša. But if you're gonna get back to basic what really stands for is his, hers, or its. But yeah, but just pamíša. I have no idea what it is whatever it is they're doing. On the pamíša. Your guess is as good as mine. But the anatun actually, it just goes on, translates to whatever. Basic translation, anatun. I don't know, whatever it is they're doing. We're touching on this before sometime back, and it started getting more and more complicated for me to actually keep up. And I was getting I jump into things before I even think about it. I was like, okay. So does that help? Does that answer your question there, Annie?
E.
Yeah. So you can even leave it at that, But you want the detail into it, I don't know what it is they're doing. Yeah, I don't know it. I don't know what it is they're doing. That's what that's what the comes there, referring to the it, the task or the thing that they're doing. That's where the it's. So that makes sense. Any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? No. Okay, let's see here. Was there anything else, John, that we were talking about that we're going to do with this part?
We've talked about forming commands as well as forming more complex tense and aspect marking stuff. We haven't done the habitual, though that is also, just stick one thing on.
Yeah.
I ask, you left us hanging with wa.
Oh yeah,
We can
wa.
take this?
Yeah, sorry about wa. Yeah, it doesn't change. It doesn't change. It changes totally. The wacha would be the was or had. Wa is in itself. It's already in the present tense. And I don't think it even follows the habitual, not that I know of. But this is the only one that just follows that. Wa in its present, and wacha is the past. Going on like poa, they are. Iwa, it is. He is, she is, it is. They are. No, this is almost on the lines of simile and metaphor. Kind of like saying that. Yeah, iwacha and poacha. So it's like you're going you're telling you're telling it as it is, what it is. Like you say, let's use the word for lazy. Because because this word shalau, no, we hear it with when you're saying I'm tired, shalawi. That's the action of being, being tiring. You're pretty much wore out. But the word shalau itself, it's just, you're just lazy. It's just, the word just means lazy. So like he was shalau. She's lazy. It's downright. Or pawas shalau. They're lazy. They are lazy. They're lazy. It's just, they're telling it how it is. You are. Because a lot of times we get in there, hear a lot of conversation, and ask that question about maybe someone or a group. Mish pawa ayayash. Mish pawa ayayash. No, are they? And it would just be, it would just answer that way. It's like, hey, Poa. Yeah, they are. And just leave it at that. There was no, there was no need to add to indicate, to adding the word ayash to it. It's just, it's already the question. It's already in the question. It's already implied what they're asking. Mish Poa ayash? Hey, Poa? Yeah, they are. Yeah, this is a question I've heard growing up by my elders. They're asking about somebody. Mish Poa ayash? Are they stupid? And yeah, so that goes on. So if you're saying, were they stupid or not? Mish Poacha? Were they stupid? So yeah, so when you're dealing with this word wa, it does it's, I was talking about the was. How does that work? How does that work? How do we use wa? Where's the was come in a lot of past tense? We'll get into that later when we start. Actually, it comes in when it starts stacking tenses. It comes in when it starts stacking tenses. But this is just how, like, iwacha, he was, she was, it was, iwacha, hoacha, they were, they was. That's how that. So that's how the wa works. It is iwa. Then there was a big thing when hearing a lot of the class, a lot of students in the past, they get into that when they hear the word iwa, always automatically fit in as is all the time. Is like, they want to say like John is running. You would say John iwa waichisha. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's like What's the bad thing in English? Double negatives? But it's actually the ዋ, it's just, you're having two actions happening at the same time. It just doesn't work. So the 와 would actually drop off and e would attach to wiwéeletitpe. John, wiwéeletitpe. And the is already implied with the tense. Is running. Yeah, so yeah, we had that trouble in the past, but with some more mainly a lot of use with descriptive. What's it's like Míš Cece ilułá ʷapsuk, is Cece smart? And again, we don't have to answer out in the ʷapsuk. Yeah, Cece ilułá ʷapsuk. No, you say it would just be ilułá. Yeah, she is.
So I've already got some figured out for you, but I'm gonna go ahead and put them up here anyway.
So yeah, a lot of these would be answered in one word phrases. A lot of times it just doesn't have to go off to the whole expansion of using the same phrase over and over and over. Now you listen what's being asked in the question.
For the first month, I'm gonna start with this month that we're in now.
So this is how the 와 works, and my understanding, the simplest way of making that understanding of what 와 could be used and how it could be used, mainly describing what something is and or was. Any questions? Any questions? Shupnit. Jump.
Either the font, every font installed on our computer, we're able to look at some English for what we use for our.
So I will end it with that. Then again, there will be nothing. There will be no classes here on Friday. John will send out a reminder either today or tomorrow. Thank you, John, for that. And I thank you all for sticking around. Good to see you there, CC, Annie. Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining on today. I didn't mean to leave you out there, Annie, on the lot. You kind of just vanished out of the picture for a while. So I was like, oh, where'd you go? It disappeared.
I was like, oh, I get to kick back. Cool.
Well, yeah, we can even like next week just practice for until next week, next Wednesday, practice what we have here, what we've gone over. But remember, this is all talking in the third person. We're not talking about what so and so's doing, what he's doing, what she's doing, what they're doing, things like that. That I think we might even just add maybe a little bit more words to the list, more common things. I don't know. We can try to get something together. I'll go over a little bit more words to add to this too. Because work's very common. Work is work. Either at a job or even schoolwork. That's work. Work is work. Study. We can put study in there too. I don't think we put study in there. Studying. We even got put in the word like practice. practice, you know, whatever it is you're practicing. Maybe you're in sports, following sports. There's a word for practice. I finally got it now. Finally got the word for practice now. No, we're gonna add more to it, more to it. You know, just not I'm not gonna make a whole list, probably about at least 5 more words just to add to this. And we'll get into the habituals, the always, you know, a difference in that. There's always a difference in that. That from saying always talking to always talks. There's a difference, a real big difference in that. So we'll go over that next week. So with that, I bid you guys a good day, a good weekend. I'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Yeah.
We out.
Yeah.